going on, everybody? The last 3 days, me and my son went up to the scrapyard and we've been collecting some cash to pay off these bills. Today we're going to load a little scrap up and make a trip up to the scrapyard, trying to make a few extra bucks. Head back up to the scrapyard and cash some more scrap in. What's going on, guys? We're making another trip up to the scrapyard today. Now let's talk a little bit about scrap. Right now the scrap prices ain't the greatest. Last year in about June or July the scrap prices peaked out. Copper was about $4 a pound and scrap metal was roughly close to 300 bucks a ton. It was a small window to cash in on the prices last year, about 3 or 4 weeks, and then the bottom dropped out. I've been scrapping well for over 45 years and made pretty good money over the years. It helps out on a tight spot in my case, because I do side jobs to make money to pay the bills. This time of the year when it's cold out, there ain't as many jobs out there to get. I depend on the scrap pile this time of the year to cash in and pay the bills. If you're new to scrapping, it's a good way to make a few extra bucks. You're not going to make a living and get rich off of it. It can help contribute to paying your bills and get you through. In some of the smaller towns, you might not be able to collect as much, but if you talk to your friends and neighbors, they'll be glad to help you out. In my neighborhood, there ain't a lot of people do scrap. We've got a few people to drive around and pick it up, but it's not a whole lot of competition. Now, if you get in a larger town, there's a lot more scrap, but you might want to talk to people and get friends with them before you start digging through their garbage. We've even had a few people get upset because we were taking stuff out of the garbage. We just don't go back to those places anymore. No problem. Since the prices went up after 2020, you have to consider the gas prices when you're going up to cash out your scrap. When you collect the scrap, you might want to look for non-ferrous items such as copper, aluminum, brass, stainless steel, electrical motors, radiators, electrical wires. All those sorts of things is going to get you more money than steel. Steel usually takes a long time to add up and you don't make a lot of money with it. If you save up enough and bring it in when the prices are good, it's not too bad. If you have any questions about scrap, leave it in the comments after the video. My grandfather showed me the ropes of scrapping when I was about 12 or 13 years old. Me and my brother would ride around on our bikes looking for aluminum cans in the ditch. But back then there wasn't too many, most of them were steel. We saved until we had a 55-gallon drum. My grandfather introduced us to the scrap yards and we learned the values of scrap metals. You can look on YouTube or Google and you look under National Ice Scrap. And when you click in, it'll give you the recent prices. A rough estimate of the average prices that are going on. Some areas it might be close, and other areas it ain't. But one thing you need to know is the junkyards. A lot of the scrapyards can be a little bit shady on the weights and the prices. So you might want to get to know the people there a little bit and know that you're a regular and they'll hook you up. I've had a few incidents with some scrapyards where we got ripped on the prices and we got ripped on the weights. And we just don't go back to those no more. Hope this information has been helpful to all the new scrappers out there. And good luck on your adventure scrapping. Thanks for watching.